Welcome everybody, welcome to my very first Let's Play. This is the thejonnymar, and I am going to be playing, as you can see, Final Fantasy VI Advance. I am super excited about this Let's Play. I've been wanting to do them for a long time, and now I actually have some time, and I actually have the capabilities of doing it. So let's just jump right into this game. What a great opening theme. I love it. Just part of the awesome music in this game from front to back. And kind of to answer that question, of course there's somebody who will try to use that power. So we're going to be introduced here to a new world in the Final Fantasy series, at the time anyway. Each one is a unique world and unique setting. And we have 3 characters here that will be with us for the first part of the game. We have Wedge and Biggs on the left there, 2 soldiers of the Empire. And we also have an unnamed heroine on the right who has some special powers that we're going to find out about as we progress. So these guys are being sent to the town of Narshe to look for a frozen Esper. Apparently it was unearthed while they were doing some mining. Which, with some pretty extreme powers it seems. 50 soldiers in 3 minutes. Wow. But I guess good for them. They have control of her with some mind control device. Now, next is going to be one of my favorite sequences. I remember as a kid when I first played this game back in the mid-1990s, being blown away by this sequence, this kind of faux or pseudo 3D video. Obviously, by today's standards, not exactly the most impressive, but especially for the time, this was really awesome to see. And again, great music throughout. Another wonderful theme. I'm going to let you experience this music and also this sequence as these mechs approach the town of Narshe. And I want to take the time to talk a little bit about kind of my goals for this Let's Play. I chose Final Fantasy VI because I wanted to do a classic game that I had mastered over the years. I played this game 20 to 30 times to completion. And I had a couple different games in mind and offered up options and opinions from some of my board mates on the GameFAQs website, specifically on the Final Fantasy IX social and Perfect Dark social boards, and also the Game Informer Facebook group. Now, my goals for this Let's Play, as I said, this is a game I've mastered, and so I want to show a 100% complete playthrough, or at least as close to 100% as I'm aware of. So I may miss an item here or there, but I want to show all of the storyline, all of the side quest sequences, and this is the Game Boy Advance version, which they actually added some new content to, including a post-game dungeon and some new Espers. So I also want to show that. I haven't actually ever done the post-game dungeon, so that should be a real interesting treat when we get to that point. And of course, being a Let's Play, my hope is to have fun with this, and I'm hoping it's somewhat entertaining for you, my viewers. You have to watch out for the riffraff. So let's jump into our menu here. I'm going to move these guys to the back row so they take a little bit less physical damage. This game, since it is a Game Boy Advance, has a quick save function. The battle mode I want on wait. I want to move the battle speed up a little bit so the battles go a little faster. And I also want to add auto dash on so I don't have to hold the button down to run. Now, you have a lot of different options here in terms of the pattern of the window. As you can see, some of them, wow, a little bit more crazy than others. And you actually can change the tints and hues and things like that. I like the default blue, and I'm going to keep it with that. We also have this bestiary, keeps track of enemies that you beat, things you can steal from them, drop, etc. We don't have any items. Abilities right now, the only abilities are our heroine here, who has a couple magic spells. So everything kind of seems in order. Let's move on here. So we've got our first little fight here with a little puppy. Poor little puppy. He does not know what he's in for. So as you see in battle, we can access magic with our main character. But we also have these Magitek mechs that have different attacks. Now, our heroine has special attacks beyond what the two soldiers have, including this Magitek missile, which is very powerful. And we gain experience, items, and Jill from the different battles. Now, one thing you might notice as I progress through this game is that I will be using my own pronunciations for the different towns, items, characters, etc. Like I said, I have beaten this game quite a few times. I do want to show all of the different attacks that these different mechs have. So, you know, as a kid, I had to come up with my own pronunciations. And since I've beaten the game so many times, a lot of those have kind of been hardwired into my mind. So, for example, with Narshe, that may or may not be the name. It might be Narshe. It might be Narshe, whatever. You know, I'm going to go with kind of the terms that I'm familiar with and I've used over the years. Uh-oh, two dogs. Not a big problem. We are very overpowered at this point. These mechs are incredibly awesome. And as a kid, I was very bummed out when, a small spoiler, you lose the mechs in a little while, and I really always wanted to just have them and continue the game with them because that would have been really cool. Victory fanfare. Like how these guys hesitate a second before they attack, because they know they're in for a butt whooping. So now I'm going to show off the Bile Blaster. This is her multiple target attack. Pretty powerful and good, obviously, for more than one enemy. So you'll notice the two soldiers are gaining levels pretty quickly. They were at level 1 when we started. My main character has not been gaining levels very quickly because she was at level 4. Game is introducing an interesting battle mechanic here. The old Pincer Attack, as it used to be called, now Surrounded Attack, where you're at a disadvantage. You have enemies on both sides, and when they hit you from behind, it actually does more damage. But as you can see, not too scary. I'm pretty powerful at this point. So let's heal up here a little bit and then take out this last guard. Hey, there we go with a level. So we're finishing up this first area. We'll move on to the caves, where our frozen Esper is contained. And they're bringing out the big boys. We have to fight some mammoths or megalodoths. So because we have a bunch of enemies here, of course I'm going to use our main character's multi-target attack, the Bioblast. Boom! Scary. Getting some good items, potions and high potions, or as they used to be called, tonics and potions. So let's head on into the caves, see if we can find this frozen Esper. I'm going to try to leave these dialogue boxes up for enough time for people to read them. I know some people read a little bit slower than others, and so I want it to be the best for most people. So come on over here to the save point, this little flash of light. It lets you save your progress so that you can start over in case something bad happens, or if you just want to stop for a while. You also can use healing items like the tent and sleeping bag to recover health and MP. So I will do a quick save here. Well, not a quick save, but a hard save. That won't take much time. And we will continue on up in this cave. Encounter rate in this game is, for enemies and random encounters, isn't terrible, but it definitely can feel overwhelming at times depending on different dungeons that you find yourself in. So I know we're about to approach our first boss fight here, which actually continues a trend from all of the SNES Final Fantasies, which was a boss that you had to attack a particular part or not attack during a certain point, or else you would get a counterattack. So we're not going to have enough time to do that here, so I will actually fight the boss in my next video. Thanks for watching.